gonna ask Josh, did you want to go like stand over there? But you did real good.
I'm really proud of Josh this time. He didn't even smile.
The noise profile is really crazy on this.
Yeah. Well, because this thing's really good at picking shit up.
No, it looks like it's noisier than normal. But the noise profile looks weird.
Well, Blake was messing around with like how zoomed in the thing.
But even then...
You don't know anything about audio, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, this mic picks up stuff a little differently.
I should listen to the other one.
I mean, I guess if you want to.
Is it still the Yeti?
No. It's the air hug.
Aw.
This fucking guy.
This fucking guy.
Welcome everyone to Resident Evil Conversation, Underground Mole Radio, Underground Mole Resident Evil. We're going to be talking about RE7. I'm one of your hosts, Blake. And sitting next to me is
Josh.
And sitting across from me is...
I'm one of your hosts, Patrick.
And on the computer...
It's the host with the most.
Oh, God, Jesus.
Brian.
I thought he died. Well, because also I wasn't on Discord, and when we came back, it was like frozen. He got unfriended.
Oh my God, some unfriended shit happens. Ryan's just blending his own face.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, we're talking about RE7, because we just got done talking about RE6, but RE7, we all played or watched stuff about it, and I really... So we'll let Ryan talk first.
Hold on. For people who aren't aware, RE stands for Resident Evil.
Oh, thank you for clearing that up, Patrick. I was confused.
Well, you never know. There might be people, coming in, they don't know anything about Resident Evil. If we're talking about RE, they're like, what's RE?
You're coming?
What?
So, Ryan, what do you think of RE7?
Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, that's a lie. I played approximately 10 seconds of like the VR version of Resident Evil 7, and I immediately like shit my pants because it was just so like I felt like I was there in that creepy house. So I took the headset off and cried. But then I watched some gameplay videos of it, and it's like it was like kind of about how I was expecting it to go, like kind of hearing about it. Like it was definitely a bold new direction for Resident Evil, like going all in like first person and stuff, and then like taking out or just like changing the pacing of it, because like the enemies in it, I remember, were mostly just goo monsters. Like it's like completely done away with zombies as far as I remember, and it like I'm trying to remember what movie like the family is based off of. I don't know if like that rings a bell, but like it feels like the family's like based off of like a certain movie in particular, like a certain horror film in particular.
I mean, they definitely gave off kind of like the Sawyers from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah,
just put in the accent, make it more authentic.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's like really. I'm trying. Yeah, especially, unfortunately, I hate to say, especially the family of Texas Chainsaw Massacre from the remake, where their house was absolutely fucking disgusting.
Oh yeah,
because the original one had weird shit in it, but the remake one was absolutely disgusting. Like, it was fucking Freak Houseville.
Talking about the influencer one? Just kidding.
No. But sorry, Ryan, what were you saying?
Yeah. Not too much else that I like know about like playing Resident Evil. I just remember like a couple of like the boss fights seemed pretty good, but it just seemed so much more like slower paced. Like it's just like a completely 180 from Resident Evil 6, like right before it. Like it's just slow paced. You're gathering resources like pretty slowly, but it's also like it ups the creepiness factor by a lot. So it keeps you on edge, and like I can't imagine people who've like actually played that through in VR. Like that just sounds like nightmare fuel. But yeah, I think one part that like kind of bugged me throughout the entire thing is like his like wife, like Ethan's wife, like this Mia chick. She seems like kind of awful. Like if I was in Ethan's shoes, I think I would have just left her.
Like, do you mean like awful is that she attacked him with a chainsaw, or just before that part?
No, just
This bitch cut off my hand! God, I want a divorce!
I don't know. She doesn't seem like an enjoyable human being to be around. Yeah, maybe I'm biased because she attacks you with the chainsaw first, but I don't know. If that happened to me, I'd be like, yeah, I'm out of here.
I will say it's kind of hard to really judge Mia because
It's post-infection, Mia.
well, it's post-infection, but then even
true.
in 8, you don't really. When you meet Mia, it's weird shit too. It's like I don't know. I feel like we've never seen Mia. Like, well, wait, no. There is the beginning of Resident Evil 7.
That's not
There's
Mia.
like one brief video
What?
of her on like a.
Have you beat Resident Evil 8?
I have, but I'm not.
Are
I'm
you
trying
talking
not
about
to.
7?
No, I'm talking about 8. I'm just not trying to spoil stuff.
Let's spoil stuff.
Okay.
No,
no.
I mean,
Okay, so-
we can. It's
okay.
an older game.
Wait,
but-
Ryan. Do you know what happens in Resident Evil 8?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so the Mia that you're introduced in the beginning of Resident Evil 8 turns out to not be your wife. And then you do meet Mia later in the game, like she's captive, right? Because doesn't Chris help her?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then even then,
Oh, yeah.
she's like going through some weird shit.
Just beat that one.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, you never meet Mia as, like, Mia. She's always, like, except for, like, that first 5 seconds of RE7 when she's like, hey, honey, it's me. I'm at a beach and blah, 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 I'm Mia. And then right after that, she's,
asshole.
and then right after that, she's like, oh my god, I'm getting fucked up by goo monsters in Louisiana.
Well, there is also the time where you play as Mia in 7.
But that's her having a bad time.
So, it's still Mia.
I would also like to
Okay.
say Ethan is a jackass as well. He's so fucking annoying. And in 8, I mean, we'll get there,
Yeah.
but in 8, he was making me so mad.
Thank you! Fucking thank you. I literally got in an argument with someone because I was trying to say, like, I was like, yo, Ethan's stupid. In 8, I found him
He's a
absolutely
psychopath.
moronic. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, okay, we're going on a tangent about 8, but the fucking part where the fish guy who's like,
Moreau.
yeah,
Yeah.
Moreau,
These guys don't fucking know their name.
no, okay, so hold on, time out. I do know their names.
Say
but
them.
It's Moreau, and then it's, oh, fuck, now I'm on the,
Big lady.
Lady Demes,
Big lady.
Demesque. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I don't know how to
Alcina
pronounce it.
Dimitris.
Yeah, Lady D. And then there's, oh my god, it's like Hamish. What's the guy's name? The one who looks like Van
Kind of
Helsing.
reminded me of Nicolas Cage.
Oh my god. that was- What's his name? Hammerhell.
Heisenberg.
Heisenberg.
Yeah,
thank
damn.
you.
Yeah, I don't remember. I only remember Moreau.
Yeah, but,
And then Beneviento.
okay. Thanks, bud.
Damn.
Anyways.
Impressive.
Fucking
Yeah, I'm better
nerd.
than you are. I'm better than you are at this shit, motherfucker.
Anyway.
I'm you!
Anyways, as what I was trying to say is, like, sometimes I just describe the character because people might not know their name.
Oh!
Anyways, but the part where he's talking to Moreau, who is a fucking freak,
The fish guy.
stupid fish man, and the stupid fish man outsmarts him.
Oh, yeah.
I was so fucking mad. I was like, who are you
trust
fucking
that
kidding
guy?
me? Like, he's like, because he's like, where are you going? And he's like, I'm leaving, asshole. See you later. I was like, why are you talking to him? Wait, and he's like, and then Moreau's like, wait. And he goes, oh, what's up? And he's like, and he just pukes. And I was like, why are you talking to him? You have 7 guns. Just also leave. Just what are you
Mhm.
doing? I fucking hate Ethan in 8.
I
Definitely have to. What were you going to say?
What if we both said the exact same sentence?
My head would probably implode.
I was gonna say I have a lot more to say about 8 that I'll wait for.
Okay.
8, but
Yeah, that's pretty
Ethan,
much what I was going to say.
That's weird.
I was going to say we did probably get back to this later.
Yeah. Okay.
He's
So
fucking intolerable.
back to 7. Who the hell was talking before I
I think it
spoke?
was still Brian.
Oh yeah, Ryan. Sorry.
I was talking, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm pretty much done there. Like, I didn't play it. I thought it was spooky, so I just watched people play it so I could be less spooked. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think it was an okay direction. I don't see myself playing it though, because it's not what I think Resident Evil should be.
Sound like a robot.
Okay. What do you have to say about RE7, Patrick?
I was going to ask, did you say that you don't think Resident Evil should be, like, more slow and spooky like that?
Like, again, like, the gold standard for Resident Evil for me it's pretty much always been like 1, 2, and 3. And there's something about like the pacing of that survival horror that I really liked. And like maybe this is just me being like completely biased about like the change in perspective, but for some reason the change to a first person perspective almost takes me further outside of the character rather than being in it. Like I felt myself completely not caring about Ethan as a character, but I care a lot about like Leon and Chris and like all those other guys that you see that you actually play as in third person. I just feel like, it just felt actually more disconnected in a way.
Yeah, well, they did actually release a third person mode for 8.
I really want to play that.
Oh, I didn't know about that. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so you might want to check that out. But yeah, I think for Resident Evil 7, after 6, a lot of people definitely lost faith in the Resident Evil franchise just because of how, like, over-the-top and action-packed and just stupid it was. And people were like, no, this game is just bad. So it definitely took them a while to make 7. I think because, I don't know this for sure, but they probably had, like, a lot of different ideas and shit, but then they ended up going with the first-person, more horror-oriented, definitely dialing it back because there weren't just, like, zombies running around and trying to eat you. There was just like a few at a time at most, and it was the mold men just walking around, which I kind of liked because it definitely brought it back to kind of feeling like the first one, but even less because it was literally only the mold people and then also the family as bosses. But it was a lot more simple. And I think it definitely worked to bring back love to the Resident Evil franchise. Thanks for your input, guys.
I definitely thought you said
I was,
people, and I got really excited.
I was letting him talk.
Yeah, then I stopped.
I was gonna say something.
What do you want to say? Because I have one little tidbit I want to add too.
Well, I'll probably add more when I'm doing my thing. But I would say I do think it was a very odd turn in a good way. I think Resident Evil 7 was a very good step to take, and I think that they went from pissing fans off with like 5 and 6 to like doing 7, which is very widely acclaimed, and it's basically like revived the entire series when it was almost like dead, basically.
Yeah.
But then not only that, they are they're remaking the old games to such a high quality to where like people are excited about them, and those have the old tank control. Well, not the old tank controls, but they have the old like over the shoulder, and they're just redoing these games for like a more modern audience. So I kind of like that they're hitting everything. But yeah, I would say it's definitely, I don't know, it's such a good step in the right direction, and then I'll kind of talk about the launch on mine.
I think we're good to go to you.
Ooh. I'm not done yet.
You
No, because I was like talking about this whole point, and then I finished my one point.
Okay.
And everybody else was quiet.
So what's up?
You were looking at your phone, asshole.
Yes, I was.
Anyway,
there's 2 other people here you can talk to. You don't need to always just talk to me.
I thought it was kind of funny after Mia cuts off his hand, and then later, like, they staple it back on, and just, like, pour the fucking shit on it, and it just gets better. And he's like, oh, wow.
Okay.
Legendary.
Wait, to add something onto that, though, I knew exactly what happened in that scene, but I feel like everyone who was playing it at the time were like, oh my god, that's not how you heal hands. And I was just like, I mean, we'll talk about it more in 8, but when a twist is revealed in 8, I was like, yeah, they already showed that in 7, but I feel like everyone else was just like, no, his hand healed with the herb juice.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just herb juice. I thought it was just like, oh, they staple in the herb juice. It's just so good. It just works like that.
Pretty good staples, too.
Pretty good staples.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, spoiler for 8. Ethan's mold.
Damn it, man! I haven't beaten 8 yet.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
And so, I don't know, the way that they present him in 7, they're all like, this is after he's already been, like, captured when Mia, like, cuts his fucking hand off.
Yeah.
And so he's a mold man.
Yeah.
And so immediately when they, like, cut his arm off and he, like just puts it back on and it heals back, especially quickly.
Are you talking about in 8?
No, it's 7.
It said 7.
Oh,
because he gets his leg cut off, too, and he does
yeah,
the
he
same
does.
thing.
Well, the leg thing is missable.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I always interpreted that as like I think Mia gets like a fucking axe to her shoulder, right?
Yeah, multiple
and
times.
So she's
like,
invincible.
chops her.
And then one of the big things that they show in that story is how the family is invincible. Like, they can't fucking die. Like, the dad, I think that was a big part of the garage scene where he like puts the fucking gun in his mouth.
Oh, shoots
like,
his own head off.
The back of his head off, and then he keeps coming back. And so I interpreted that as he's like basically indestructible, and so is Ethan, which means Ethan is Mold Man.
You know what's really interesting? I obviously I didn't get that playing RE7. I just thought it was like, oh, the goo, the health helps him, because that's to explain why
Most people
throughout the rest of the game why you're able to get your literal ass kicked and you just goo yourself. But then there's the part where, oh my god, what is the dad's name? Baker.
Dad.
What's the dad's name?
Daddy.
No,
it's
Daddy.
Is it Joe Baker?
No, that's
No.
his brother.
That's his brother.
No,
It makes a cameo appearance.
Oh my god.
What is his name?
It's
Jack Baker?
What's up?
Jack Baker?
Thank you,
Yeah.
Jack Baker. But there's a part late in when you're at the home and he like is stabbing Lucas's arm
Yeah.
and everything. It's like,
the kitchen scene.
yeah, that's kind of a good like. Oh, by the way, this is connected because Ethan lost his hand and Lucas loses his arm. And he just basically like grows it back, or how does Lucas get his arm back?
So wasn't there?
Does he just also just?
Because he cuts his hand off on that scene, right?
I'm pretty sure he cuts his hand off.
There's a lot of weird, like, I haven't looked too far into it, but there's a lot of weird discussion around that character specifically.
Mhm.
Whatever the crazy younger guy's name is,
Lucas.
because he acts differently than everyone else. So like a lot of people, he isn't affected the same way as the others. Like he's technically like always been crazy.
Yeah. Well, there's sorry, you finished talking.
That's pretty much it.
I was gonna say there is memos that he's written about how he's like tricking the family that he's not infected, but he is infected, just not the same way, because the infection, of course, handles people differently. So he is infected in a way, but before he was infected, yeah, he was a little weirdo, but he was also highly intelligent because of like all the robotic shit that he did and all the traps that he did. That was before the infection. And then later in the Chris's DLC, Lucas straight up transforms into a fucking T-virus creature because he is infected. He's just not infected the same way. So like, I don't know. That's really interesting though, because I just never thought about that. I just thought it was like, oh yeah, they staple him and put goo on him to show that the health drink is fucking great. But I also love when you have a stubby hand.
Oh yeah.
You have like, you're just like, eh! It's like, ah, look at this! And you have your gun, you're like, you did this to me!
Put the gun in the hand.
Oh my god. He puts the knife in there and just starts stabbing Mia. What else do you have to say about 7?
Patrick, are you done?
Yeah, I wasn't done yet.
Oh god damn it! Sorry, Patrick.
It's fine. I like how they brought back just like a lot of puzzles in the game. There's like the shadow puzzle. There's the one puzzle that you use to get the shotgun.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
There's also that one puzzle where, you have to watch the tape.
Yeah,
The
I like
exclusive.
that. I like that you have to watch these VHS tapes.
That was
You have to figure out what to do, but then die in that one because the person you're playing as is stupid.
Well, the VHS tapes were fucking cool too, because that was
Yeah.
the teaser that they released right after PT came out.
Yeah. They released it was basically like the teaser and the demo for the game was just the very first tape you find in the actual game.
Clancy.
Basically. Yeah, Clancy Brown running around being Mr. Krabs.
Being Lex Luthor. Oh, he was kind of funny. Do you remember that blonde guy who gets piped?
Yeah.
He's
kinda
just
looks-
standing
He
there.
kind of looks like Chris.
Damn, don't tell Chris.
Okay. Chris gets...
Yeah,
I like how that guy dies. Was like put on the pipe. Sorry, continue talking. I don't want to jump to Josh again on accident.
I liked all the boss fights. They definitely all had like different mechanics and stuff to do. I liked how Marguerite Baker was a big old fucking long
I
bow,
love
just, like,
that
scurrying
freaking
around
thing.
and shit.
She had that gross like bug.
Yeah,
Butthole.
I don't want to talk about that
Okay,
shit.
sorry.
That was disgusting. She's Like, why did you grow that out more, you fucking wench?
She didn't decide. I don't think anyone decides what they get to grow.
You don't think Jack Baker decided to be a big monstrosity with a bunch of eyes?
Well, wait, how does that work? Because Krauser's like, he makes his knife.
Get lucky.
Yeah. How funny if he does that and it's just like...
Well, I don't fucking know. It's a different infection. This is a mold and that's not.
Alright.
They're all different, man. Anyway, I like how there were multiple Jack Baker fights, but he was like different in each of them. I like the one where he has this weird ass like scissor chainsaw.
Oh yeah,
and then you get like, your own. You have a big old chainsaw fight with them.
I love when you chainsaw him and he goes, "I don't want to blow up the audio," but he goes, he just makes like that noise as you're just chainsawing him. But I love the garage fight so much because he's like, "You want to see something?" He blows his own brains up. But I also love when he gets in his car and he's like, "Woo, woo!" He's just, I love Jack Baker so much.
I liked in the very first part of the game where you first started actually like kind of walking around, and the first time he shows up, he just like walks through the wall just like normally, and the wall just falls apart like it was made out of popcorn.
Kool-Aid guys through it.
Yeah, but he doesn't even jump through it, he just like casually walks through it like, there you are.
And what was it, their house? It's like a fucking mansion. It's huge.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's like Southern Plantation.
Yeah, but none of it makes sense. Their house is crazy in that game.
It is pretty crazy. And they have like the huge ass boathouse too.
Yeah.
Which is just
they were doing really well. They had really nice estate. They had multiple houses. They had a trailer.
Yeah.
They had Lucas's
traps. Yeah.
Trap. Yeah, it was Shack.
How did Lucas get his whole ass fucking trap shack lab ass shit?
I don't know. Jack Baker was like, how the fuck? Ooh, how'd you order that?
Internet.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I loved the setting of RE7, but at one point I was just like, man, there's a lot of fucking buildings in this one location.
Yeah. But, and then, at the end, I liked the twist where it turned out the grandma was the little girl all along.
Why does everybody hate me? I love that line so much. And she's like, oh!
Yeah, she's like, why does everybody hate me? Dumb bitch. That's fucked up. Oh, but the grandma, Jesus Christ, the grandma like jump scares you one time.
Yeah.
Like, you're leaving a safe room and you hear the grandma and she's like hanging out in the hallway. But then she like disappears and I'm like, God fucking grandma, where are you going?
You just hear
yeah, just
like
wheeling away.
Wheelchair.
Like, who's pushing you around, grandma? You can't do that on your own. But yeah, I just loved all of that. And then at the very end they give you the fucking highly changed samurai edge pistol.
Yeah.
And they're like, shoot the giant thing. Which is weird, because like, why would he throw the pistol down to you? It's like, shoot it! But he could have done it from the goddamn helicopter himself.
He's busy.
He's like, I'm being Chris Redfield up here. You shoot it, asshole.
Here you go, untrained guy. Use this really powerful gun. Ethan uses it and it just clobbers him in the back of the head.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh yeah, the DLCs too.
The DLC was goofy.
Well, there's a lot of them. Which one are you talking about?
I was talking about the one where he's like, I got the power gauntlet!
Which one was that?
Oh, that's when you play as Joe Baker, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the brother or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he's like, he's like, I want to save Zoe.
Yeah, you have like this like super gauntlet.
Doesn't he have like spears?
I can't remember.
I swear he has like spears because he's like, yeah, pick up these sticks, I chuck them real good.
Yeah, so I never played that one. I don't know what happens at the end of it.
I like that.
I don't know if he saves Zoe, which
he
is
doesn't.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
Sorry.
Anyway, that's fine. I played the Not a Hero one, which is where Chris chases down Lucas and de-Lucases him. I also played the one that's kind of like a short little prequel where you play as Zoe when everything starts going down.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah, and your family's like getting super sick or some shit.
Yeah, and Jack's like, I'm jacking!
I think I did watch the DLCs. I don't remember a lot of them.
So I just pictured Jack Black going, "Oh, Jack!"
He's just freaking sitting there with his huge beefy arms just jerking off. I'm jacking! Leave me alone, Zoe! God damn! I told you when I put a sock on the door, you don't come in!
There's no door.
There's just like a pile of socks
He's
in
just
front of the doorway.
outside, like outside in the fucking courtyard, just ah!
Jesus Christ.
Did you play the one where we play poker or whatever the fuck with
No,
Luca?
fuck that one.
All right, damn.
Fucking play ass poker. What is this? Poker? No, it's Resident Evil.
Well, it's like other shit. It's like it's all these other DLCs, man. Fuck you.
That's pretty much all I have to say. The whole part where you like find out what Mia was really up to, and she was actually working for the bioweapons people. What was the little girl's name?
Evelyn.
Yeah, that's right. So she was like taking care of Evelyn, and they have to give her the shot to like keep her from aging and shit, which is why she aged into the grandma and was the grandma the whole time.
What?
Whoa! Blake's head just blew up, and now we own his house.
All right.
Because I forged myself into his will. Sorry, Blake. Yeah, that's only his dying sounds. He's all gurgly. Yeah, shut up, Carcass. I actually really liked the part where you play as Mia going through the ship, just because it gave you like the goddamn SMG and a bunch of ammo, and just going around just mowing everything down.
That part was really scary to me because I would always run out of ammo. And then I had to run away to like all the different rooms and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
I like that part though. It was really good.
I think I covered everything I wanted to talk about.
About time, Josh. What do you have to say?
Oh wait, hold on.
God!
No, just kidding. Oh wait, actually,
Punch your
I
head
do
off.
like the part where you would have to choose between saving Mia and Zoe.
Have you done both of them?
I think I did just to get the achievement.
Have you? Which one have you chosen, Josh?
I
can't
didn't
remember.
actually get there playing it, but I've watched them.
Okay. I think I've also done both.
Yeah, I think at the first one I did was saving Mia, because like I'm literally, my purpose here is to save Mia.
I will say I've watched like a Let's Play of Super Best Friends play it, and also when I played that part where I was like, I understand Zoe has been helping you, but she also told you to use the other syringe, and now she's like, who are you gonna pick? Me or your wife that you showed up here to save? And then you pick her, and Zoe's like, fine, whatever, I'll be sick forever, I don't need you. And I was like, who are you? Like, I've known you for like 5 hours. Like, I'm sorry, but that's also very like forward to assume that someone's husband would choose to save you in front of their wife. Can you imagine that car ride home? Just Mia's just glaring at you and like, so you picked her, huh? As Mia's like, just fucking mutating. But I don't know. I think that part's kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to say forced, but I just think it kind of was like, well, shit. Why would I understand why you would pick Zoe because she's helped you, but it's like your whole purpose there is to save Mia, and she's also your wife. Like, I don't know. I think it'd be kind of harsh. Like, hi, honey. And stab like another person.
Mia.
Yeah. All right.
All right, I'm done.
All right.
Cool.
Podcast is over.
What you
Let's
gonna
go
say?
home.
What you gonna say, Josh?
Yeah, Josh, what's your opinion on the number 7?
So the original teaser, I feel like the Resident Evil series was way quiet. And then they came out with that first like teaser game, which I don't think it was titled. Like you figured out what it was at the end of the thing, but I don't think
No, that's PT. I'm pretty sure that out in the open they said this is Resident Evil.
I can't remember. But it came out right after like either PT had either come out or PT had been canceled. And so I remember a bunch of people being like, oh, they're just ripping off PT. And they weren't sure if the game was going to be like first person for the entire thing. But I remember the graphics being really nice. And I really liked that teaser. It was very different than a standard Resident Evil though. So I was very intrigued, especially coming off of 6. Because I love horror games. And so I like actual good horror. And then the main game came out, and I didn't ever play it because I was poor, but I watched it. and I love the story. There's a bunch of things that I don't like, but I think overall storytelling-wise and playing through it as a horror experience, it's so good. But I would say there is a massive lack of enemies. You're kind of just walking through the story, and there's really only one enemy type besides bosses.
Yeah.
Which I think that's a big problem, which they kind of remedied, or they kind of fixed that in 8, but 8 also introduced other stuff that kind of got goofy. But we'll talk about that when we talk about 8.
Like the giant metal caterpillar?
So much. Like the werewolves and like...
Oh, I like them!
Well, and then it's like, why is everything like medieval, like vampires and shit? They're just like, oh, this virus. Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, we have medieval vampires and werewolves, but also Heisenberg's over there making steampunk Frankensteins.
Which, it was like cool, but like, we'll talk about 8.
What about the dragon?
So I thought 8 was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really fun game, but as a horror experience, it wasn't very scary. But going back to 7, which was scary. I remember, too, when it came out, it was brutal. Like, none of the Resident Evil hasn't been considered, like, a brutal or graphic game in a really long time. And there wasn't a lot of games that were really pushing that envelope at that time, I feel. Like, in terms of like getting your fucking character's hand cut off with a chainsaw, which created a lot of dread in the scenes where, like, especially the first scene when Mia shows back up and she's clearly like not okay and she's got her hand behind her back. She's like, "Oh, it's me."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh shit, get away from me."
And then she like stabs you against the wall with a screwdriver. You're like, "Thanks, hun."
And there was just so much, like, there was that. The poker minigame was really brutal. And then there was just so much to that it felt like you were playing a horror, like, movie rather than playing like what had been known as Resident Evil, which was, me growing up, it was 5. I didn't play 4, but I would consider it 4, 5, and 6. But 4 was still pretty action oriented. But 5 and 6 are like a whole nother story in terms of action oriented. I really liked it. I liked the story. I liked the reveal with Chris. The graphics were really good when it came out.
Yeah.
They still look pretty good, but when it came out, it was like amazing. And it was just a really nice change for the series. I think it needed it. I like that they're going back, and it feels like they're listening to fans and at least kind of giving people what they want. Yeah, I love that game. I just need to beat it.
Beat it!
But I would say I wish it had more enemies. That's all.
Is that all you had to say?
No. So... yeah, that's all.
Fucking amazing! Okay. Patrick mentioned it and you mentioned it about the enemies of RE7.
Yeah.
I like the mold men. I like the bosses. I just wanted a fucking crocodile or an alligator. What does Louisiana have? Is it gators?
Jambalaya.
They have jambalaya. Just a big old gumbo monster. No, what is it? Is it alligators? Is it crocodile?
Yes, alligators.
Yeah. I wanted an alligator monster. I want an alligator boss. They had tons of fucking, bricks laid down. They had foundation for a fucking water monster. Never happened. Instead, they had water mold. And I was like, God damn it. I was like, I would have killed it. Like, to me, that game would have been super S tier. They had a crocodile alligator boy. But I will say, switching to first person, I really enjoyed because I felt like Ethan was not designed to be a character that you are focused on how they look. Like,
can I add something super quick on that?
Yeah.
Have you seen the third person videos during cutscenes with Ethan? Because they didn't animate any facial expression or anything.
So is he just...
So the part where he's talking to Heisenberg or whatever, and he's like, "Where the fuck's my daughter?" And he's like stoned. Yeah, he looks like
that's
the
so
whole time.
Funny.
It's really funny.
I love that shit.
He looks like a psychopath.
But yeah,
I feel like in Resident Evil 7, he didn't even have a freaking head.
I don't think
really
he
tiny.
did. He's like one of the Koopas.
Oh my god!
Super Mario. But But yeah, I don't know. I just felt like I liked Ethan in 7 a lot because, you know, he's just like an average guy or whatever. And like, you know, he does kind of some stupid stuff and he says some things that are kind of like whatever. But at no point was like, I was like, well, yeah, he's just a dude who showed up. And like now, like I really love when the cop also shows up. And like their interaction of like, yo, dude, help me. And the cop's like, I'm not going to fucking give you my gun. He's like, are you crazy?
Here's a knife.
Yeah, and he's like, here's a knife. And I was like, okay, cool. But then the cop's like, I don't know, I just really liked that part because I was like, okay, Ethan is still not breaching a moment of like, now he's running around with like 2 machine guns just killing everything. Like he still felt like, and then when the machine gun finally is used, it's used by Mia who's trained. And I was like, okay, so, you know, I liked Ethan in 7 a lot more than I liked him in 8. But I liked going to first person. I liked a character that was new and also seemed, you know, completely oblivious. Like, he wasn't a cop. He wasn't an FBI agent. He wasn't a scientist. He literally knew nothing about anything going there. I love the setting. I love the Louisiana backdrop and the buildings and all that shit. I do wish there was, like, a few more different enemy designs. Like, I would have loved to see, again, a alligator or a crocodile. It would have been really cool. But I still loved it. I kind of wish Lucas didn't die in the DLC. I kind of was like, I was excited that he doesn't get killed, and you're like, oh shit, that's kind of interesting. He's gonna return, but then you kill him as Chris, and I was like, all right. I'm trying to think what I liked. I really liked just wandering around the like Baker estate and doing like all the little puzzles and like going through the walls and finding steroids and getting jacked, and then you and Jack are doing like lifts.
Yeah.
And you become his like new son. Welcome to the family, son.
Yeah, you do the freaking Predator handshake with him.
Yeah, and then
he's like, want me to jack you?
And then his other like T-Virus arms come out and like they're all shaking your hands. Not T-Virus, whatever. M-Virus.
It's not an M virus, not a goddamn letter virus. This ain't real goddamn daddy's Resident Evil. This is my Resident Evil, motherfucker. It's a fucking mold, you goddamn bitch.
But I really liked 7, and it scared the shit out of me when I first played it. Like,
yeah, it's definitely the scariest Resident Evil.
Like, even though I watched Let's Plays of it, like being in the atmosphere, and also you can't fucking like really sprint. Like, when you have to get away from an enemy, you only have, like, a Mach speed of a certain, like, I'm just like,
yeah, I know.
Shit.
Like the listeners aren't going to see this, but, like, literally the normal movement speed is, like... But then when you're running, it's just like a tiny bit faster.
Yeah, and, like,
faster.
I really liked I liked Zoe's trailer was kind of like your merchant. I thought that was cool. There was just a lot of parts that I really enjoyed. And again, I really like the pacing of it. I like how it went back to just straight horror elements. And then when it did get actiony, it was a different character. It was Mia, and you're like doing your own thing. But like the part when you go to Lucas's like murder techno rave, and he's like, I'm gonna make you fight a bunch of fucking fat boys, and then fat boys come out like and they puke all over you, and I'm like, holy shit!
God damn, he wasn't kidding. They're fat as shit.
Oh, I totally forgot. You go to like the salt mines or
yeah,
like the tunnels.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Those fat guys were fucking me up too.
So many fats.
Also, I was like running off ammo all the time because that's my favorite part of survival horror is not having enough ammo. It's really stressful, but I love that part of the game where it's like, oh, cool. I'm not able to just mow down every single enemy. Sometimes there's enemies that I just have to run by. And I also like the item management. I thought that was pretty cool too. But there was a lot of cool stuff in 7.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot easier to just run past the enemies in 7 because they don't follow you through doors most of the time. Like, you can see one is in the corner, like, oh, see a bitch. Just, like, go through the door, and then he just disappears.
But I'm trying to think if I have anything else to say about 7. I like the ending. I like that the old lady turned out to be the little kid. Thought that's really cool. Because I kept expecting, you know, Grandma to stand up and be like, I could walk this whole time, and then she like, kills you. I liked all the enemies. I really liked Marguerite because I love the bugs. I like how you fight her in the greenhouse. I thought Lucas was a little freak man. I love how you can, like, miss certain encounters, like getting your foot cut off. You can skip that if you're fast enough before Jack catches you. You can miss, like I love the garage fight because you could fight Jack and everything, and then he gets in the car and runs you over, or you can get in the car first and like find the keys and everything, and you can run him over, and like you can basically do that whole fight scene without using any ammo. But the first time you play it, you don't fucking know. You're just like, oh shit, bad guy room, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, can I get in the car? Like, I don't know. I thought that was really interesting.
I like how at the end of the fight, he's just in the car, then he just, like, crashes and it catches on fire, and he's just, like, laying there on fire.
To add something onto that real quick, that scene was the one where I was like, holy shit, this game is awesome.
Yeah,
like,
it's really fucking cool.
Like, right when it starts, the police officer, it's just the graphics there look really good, or they look really good for the time. But, like, when he gets his, like, head cut in half,
yeah,
it's
with,
like, oh!
With, like, the shovel?
Because I hate gore, and so, like, that, you just wouldn't have seen that in, like, other Resident Evil games.
It's really cool, and again, it's first person.
And he keeps coming back. Like, I think that scene was the one I always think of, where he just keeps coming back, and then when he shoots himself at the end, it's like, Jesus, is he dead?
I love Jack Baker. He's so... And then you find him with the chainsaw stuff. He's like... and then his legs walk at you.
Oh, yeah. They're just like...
and it's like, what the hell?
Fall over, like, comically, just...
I think that's all really I have to say about 7. I really, really liked it, and I thought it was a really good revival for the Resident Evil, like, franchise, because, again, 6 was a goddamn garbage fire mess, like, through and through, and then 7, like, I played that, and I was like, holy shit, this is, like, absolutely fantastic. And I love that whole part leading up to the cop getting killed, because I love, you see him out the window, and he's trying to, like, help you, but he's also like, I don't know who the hell you are, and, like, then he finally gets in there, and he's like, what the hell's happening? And he gets his head fucking... And I was like, oh, damn, cop. Probably shouldn't have shown up. Piece of shit.
And then later you have to reach inside of him to get a key.
Yeah, and the cop's like, I ain't dead yet.
Even though
Put it back.
Even though his head is literally missing.
Put it back. Anyone have any final thoughts on RE7?
It had a 7 at the end of the title. Oh, I do actually like... So... It was called Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, and then for the Japanese, it was Biohazard 7 Resident Evil.
That makes sense.
That's cool.
Shit. Wait, I do have 2 more things to add.
You have nothing!
Josh pulled out his phone.
Oh shit. What's on there? Oh god, this is a picture of his dick!
Over now.
I love when... I like the representation of, like, Louisiana from the perspective of, like, a Japanese developer. Because there's things when you're going through that game... I love when any country does, like just an area where you would be like, this is very fundamentally, like, an American area.
Yeah.
I always think that's fun to see how they do it and to kind of see, like, the weird stuff or what's overdone.
Yeah.
So I like that. And then Jack's final fight scene... I thought was really good too, because the dialogue, like, he's saying, like, you feel bad for the enemies at a certain point, the bosses.
I forgot that part.
Which after you have there's the whole scene where you're talking to them when they're, like, normal.
Oh yeah, I forget that, when you're, like, all cocooned up and shit.
Yeah, it gets you a lot of, like, empathy for the bosses and the people who you're killing off in the game. And Jack's final form is really brutal, because I'm pretty sure when you're, like, killing him, he's, like, yelling for his wife.
I think so.
Yeah.
But no, I forgot to mention, I really enjoy that part, because like you said, it shows empathy, but it also shows you that, like, shut the fuck up. It shows you that, like, the Bakers were normal. And it's like, oh, it's not like... Because, you know, for most of these Resident Evil games, you show up and it's like, you know, oh, these are the bad guys. They shoot up all this goo. They do all this stuff. They're the bad guys. But in this one, it's like, oh no, we're a family who just happened to get screwed over because this fucking ship crashed nearby, and we looked at it, and, like, I'm like, damn, they didn't even, like, have any connections to anybody. They just got boned.
Very unexpected writing in a Resident Evil game.
And also, I wanted to bring this up as well, kind of an explanation as to why there were no crocodiles or alligators or what have you, was because Evelyn was only using the mold to have a family of her own. That's what she wanted the whole time. She just wanted to have a nice, happy, loving family that whole time, right? Remember that? Why are you looking at me like that?
Yes, I remember that.
So yeah, that's why she didn't want to...
Well, she don't want no pet?
You want no goddamn alligator!
Every family has a pet.
Not this time.
People have dogs.
Nope.
What, cats?
Died.
She don't want no crocodile?
No.
Fuck Evelyn. I'm glad that child grandma died. I do. You know what?
She's for sure dead.
I do hate her. I absolutely do hate her.
This
Why does everyone hate me?
up.
Because you don't have a crocodile.
Damn.
What was up all the bugs? Like, what, Marguerite has all those bugs, but she can't make a crocodile?
Well, yeah, you can't have a fucking crocodile coming out of her.
I'm just saying. They could have had a crocodile.
Anyway, Resident Evil 8, everybody.
Oh yeah, I think.
Wait, how long is this one?
We're at 45 minutes.
Oh yeah, we might as well just cut this as another episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my shit.
Oh, the girls want to be in 5 minutes. A few times been around that track and you're not. Okay, let's get the fuck out of here.
The audio looks like that. Let me zoom out.
That looks pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, so this was Resident Evil 7. I was one of your hosts, Blake.
I'm another one of your hosts, Josh.
I'm the third host, Patrick.
I'm a robot host, Ryan.
All right, stay tuned for the next episode and check the description below for links to the Patreon and what have you. But yeah, stay tuned for more.
It's unfathomable. Is this a silence?
Yeah, everybody shut the fuck up for 10 seconds.
Oh, actually, so I was going to propose something before getting into Resident Evil 8. Yeah,
You don't have to.
I was going to propose, I would actually like to watch some playthroughs of Resident Evil 8 just to like refresh myself on it.
Before?
Before like actually talking about it. So I was wondering how everyone feels about tabling it until like a next session.
How about you just
that's
pull up
fine.
the playthroughs and then watch them at like times 4 speed while we're talking?
Oh yeah, we'll just talk about it while I'm watching.
Yeah. You're just like, yeah, I really like this part where, hold on. It looks like Ethan is getting his hand cut off again. Man, I can't believe that.
Yeah, Heisenberg like shoves metal up his ass and then like,
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
We're gonna wait till he watches Resident Evil 8.
Yeah, he needs to refresh himself.
So this is nothing.
No,
Right?
we're releasing this.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, because I'm gonna tag this on the end of the RE7 where I literally asked for silence. And
Yeah.
but it makes sense. No, I'm glad, Ryan, you stopped me from doing all that. But yeah, I mean, no, we should do that because then that way we'll have more stuff to talk about and everything. Because, like, I don't know, Resident Evil 8's pretty fresh in my
I
head.
realized it's like been, I think like an actual 2 years since I last watched.
Oh, shit, okay.
Resident Evil 8, so yeah, I'm a bit stale on it.
It'll give me time to actually finish the DLC, which I haven't done for some reason. I played like halfway through it and then stopped.
No, that sounds good. So yeah, we'll table that for now, and we'll get that scheduled, which should be easier because now you're like human scheduled human life, not
I
normal.
have like a normal human life now.
I'm not sure if we get to call Ryan a human at this point yet.
Kill yourself.
I'm your host, Josh.
I'm your host, Blake.
I'm not talking to Blake anymore. He was just threatening me with fists.
Yeah.
I was.
I'm out of the podcast.
Oh, Patrick, say your favorite catchphrase. Moist wrist, less wrist, right? Patrick,
Patrick,
show me the picture of the Digimon that you have. Show them your
You're the only one. You're the only one who memorized that line, you asshole.
Alright, yeah, I'll just put this at the end of the RE7 thing as like a fucking goof, but...
Also, Blake has pictures of Digimon figures coming on each other. And he sent me the picture. How much is like $900?
like $900!
Apparently a little diorama of each characters glory holing, pissing, and coming on each other. It is $900 in case you're interested, Ryan.
It's so fucking funny!
Yeah.
Alright, stay tuned for RE8. Ryan, I'm gonna end the call, dude. It was good talking to you.
Okay, yeah, good catching up.
Yeah.
Do this again sometime.
I'm glad you're doing better in New Jersey than fucking LA, because fuck that cesspool.
Fucking, yeah, feet spit, butt spit, whatever you call it.
All the spit. I got spit roasted by butt and spit. But yeah, we'll schedule the next thing, and we'll probably do like a Chud Talk, so that way, because hopefully, maybe one
I really
member.
want to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine with Josh, too.
Josh,
Watch the movie or I'll actually kill you.
I really gotta piss, so we gotta end this.
Oh my God.
Okay, we'll talk to you later, Ryan.
Alright. Yes. Bye.
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 You wanna tell me you love him?
Love you.
You're yourself.
How'd the call go?
Bad.
What? Don't show me this again.
I like get out of here.